Okay. So this is gonna be just an well, not extremely quick, but probably like an hour-long stream. It's basically just showing the kind of process that you would go through when breeding. I didn't want to not cover this at all. Like, I didn't want to not show this off at all. But it's honestly not the most exciting process in this game. It's very cool from the customizability of it. But the problem is that most of the work is honestly done in an Excel sheet. It's figuring out, there's databases online, you can figure out what monster combos will make what traits you want to pass down, etc., etc. And then you go out and collect the monsters that will allow you to have those traits and give you those traits and those abilities. The reason I actually am showing this part is I've kind of set it up so that everything should just kind of fall into place. I was just getting this one up to level 10. All monsters have to be level 10 or higher before they're allowed to breed. And with this, I should have everything ready to go to get the one line going, at least. So you don't actually unlock the breeding mechanic here until after the second world, after the pirate world. That's when you first unlock the breeding. Now, I would probably not recommend doing it as much as I did. Like, I got a Phoenix, and I'm going after a Great Drac, I think. I can't remember the exact breed I'm going after. Yeah, I think it's this. That's not what I want, I don't think. Zombie. So this could be one of those. I might have messed this up. Let me check something. Rock Ravens have a special. Some of the can be somewhat annoying sometimes. Some of the what the heck? Why does this give me Medusa Eye? Should have given me Skull Rider. Wait, Leonix? Leonix works, I think. Crap, it's Gabriel though. I can't have him. Maybe it's the other way around? Let me check that. Just to confirm. This has happened like 4 times, by the way. Midnight? That's definitely not it. Okay. You remember that whole confidence that I had just now? Yeah. Okay. Is there something called an evil beast that I can get? Okay, I can get an evil beast. Okay, I can save it. So I need this... be male, I think. So I don't want to hatch this because I want to confirm that. One mechanic that's really nice in this game is that you can check the genders of the resulting egg before you hatch it. That's really, really nice in that by doing that, instead of having to guess what I need and try to hope that it comes out the right way, I know that I'm having Gas, who's a female, breed with it, so I need it to be male. And then you can just go up to here, and she will actually evaluate the eggs for you. I have a Drac Slime for another breeding chain, but that's a long way out. Okay. It is in fact male. Which is what I needed. So, sometimes you can flip it. If you flip it, you just hit the blessed option on that, and you can change the gender. Just making sure Gas is in fact female. Yes, Gas. One thing that has happened to me multiple times, though, is there are sometimes special breeds that can happen with individual lines, and that has messed me up a couple times. Sure. Now, the good thing here is that I actually... the monster that I'm going for in this set, I don't need any of its skills for, so I just have to get it level 10. If I needed to get its skills, depending on which skills I needed, if they were skills from the two monsters that I bred it, like inherited skills, I have to get them to learn those skills. This case is not that. I just have to get him to level 10. Because the only skill that I even care about on him, and that's not even truly care about, is a intrinsic skill that he will automatically get me. I don't think this matters for he attacks at this point. Because actually Kevin, the Phoenix that I have, is actually not the final product of this. He's just stuck learning intrinsic skills that are going to take quite a long time. This is a really easy area to level up, which is the reason I came over here. Now, one mechanic that does make... the reason I took forever setting up this practical lesson, basically, is if you... I'm staying in the Pirate World. I'm not advancing to the Ice World. That would have given me a ton more options to do. But by the nature of wanting to do the streams in kind of like a straight line, be productive manner, I'm not wanting to advance, which limits what I'm able to do here. Because one of the big problems is there's a lack of accessibility on monsters. So it's easier to recruit a monster the first time than it is any concurrent times. And that's really true when you're paying attention to, like, these monsters, which they'll already have a low recruitment rate. So, like, I tried forever, because one of the monsters that I had needed 2 of these to evolve, to actually be bred. And actually I need 2 more in another line, but that's a while out. But because that I needed all those monsters, it took quite a long time to recruit them. I had to get a lot of money because I was buying the ribs, which are 200 gold each. Hopefully Kevin's ints goes up. Thank God. That's still nowhere near what I needed to be. So unfortunately, Kevin has basically, I'm gonna have to like max out to get to my final thing, and I honestly may not even get that. Though it's not a huge deal. Oh, thank God I can't toss that. Good job, game. Don't make me soft lock myself. But anyway, what I'm ultimately aiming for is, since this guy can now evolve again, and I don't even care about any of his skills. Like, I have already figured out the skills that I need. I believe it's you and Gast. Yes, Gigantes. No, I definitely need this to be something. What did I need that to be? This needs to be female. Yep. And this is where the bless comes in. I don't want that to be male. So, with blessing it, and they apparently throw the egg around and do terrible things to it, it becomes female. I don't make up biology, it just is. So, don't question anything. How does throwing an egg change gender? I don't know. It is the will of the egg hatcher. Let's go that way. An ironic name here. Small. Clearly. So, most of the time, because I do have other projects potentially set up on breeding, and doing, like, long chains and stuff like that, I'm almost certainly going to do almost all of that off-screen. I just wanted to show the actual process, because, well, as I'm sure it's already become very apparent that there's a lot of back and forth and hunting around and looking around and figuring stuff out, and it's not that it's just not exciting to watch. It's not bad doing, because I'm trying to figure out, and it's rewarding once I figure everything out properly and I come up with a good thing. Because this, like, for example, this Phoenix is going to be able to heal things. Ideally, it should have this ability with Antidote, Dechaos, Curse Off, and Numb Off. It should get an ability that lets it nullify all status. It should. It should. Will it? I don't know. That's kind of not 100% sure yet. The problem on that is it takes a really, really high intelligence stat, and so far, recently Kevin's been leveling up really well on intelligent, but for a while there he went pretty slow, and I don't know. Oh, hola. How are you doing? Good evening, morning, whatever, wherever you are. Sorry, I didn't have the chat thing up for a while. I've been staring at my Excel sheet, making sure I haven't been doing mistakes. I think I just have to get him to level 10. Yeah, I just have to get him to level 10. Or, I guess technically her to level 10. Small has to get to level 10, and then I can do the next step on the breeding process. Thankfully, I'm not looking for any stats. I have a feeling Small's intelligence growth is terrible. Holy crap! 154 already? I did not notice that went up that fast. If I wasn't going for just stats, like the skill train, like leveling though, I would probably keep Small around. That is stupid. It's grown so fast. Normally they don't increase like 15 a time for most monsters. I guess this species does. Like, I was counting on Kevin beating everything up. But apparently small can one-shot everything too. Too bad it will literally last one more level. Because small is now going to be used for their breeding purposes. I'm so glad it doesn't let me throw that out and leave me stranded forever. Could you imagine if they didn't do that? You could literally just soft lock your game at any given time. I probably had this music playing at my house for about 5 hours today, just going through trying to figure out what to do. Okay, yeah. Grill and small. And I need this to be male, so I don't want to hatch it. Because I want to make sure it's male. Thankfully, the music in this game is not half bad, because they only use so many tracks throughout the entire thing. And yeah, thankfully this song isn't terrible, because I, again, listened to this for like 5 hours this morning. Because I was trying to figure out, through charts, what to do. Evaluate... Yeah, it's female, so... Don't want that. Thankfully they have this mechanic, or that would have... It would be terrible if they didn't have the blessed mechanic where you could change their gender there. Like, I could just imagine being at the end of, like, a, 6-long breeding chain and getting the wrong gender and just having to start all over. Route 7 is great. It's not haunted. You were blessed with Route 7. I mean, it's Rayburn or whatever, so I'm just gonna go with Ray. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I had a feeling this... honestly, I thought once I saw Howdy that was probably you. But I didn't want to assume. And Rayburn just needs to get to level 10. Yep, thankfully, I made so many accounts that I never used of CM Zoid because I wanted to make sure that name was mine. So I have CM Zoid on, like, every platform that I know of. This game's super weird how it does, term priority as well. Like, Kevin should be extremely fast. Like, I'll show the stats after this battle. I don't think I need anything from this side, so I think it's all just blatantly extra. So, like, Kevin's agility should be 189. Like, in comparison, some of these things are like 47. Except the way that the way I've been told it works is it rolls like a 100-sided... It rolls like a 100-sided die, basically. And your agility accounts for literally, like, at max 10. One way or another. So you basically, there's no super benefit of having high agility. I'm assuming it hasn't been raining a lot there. Crap. He died. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it's... I saw lightning out here, but I mean, it's the middle of summer here, so that's like once every 3 days. But I'm assuming where you are, that's raining is not common. Hopefully I'll actually pay attention to his health this time and not let him die. I mean, at least that's better than, like, the West Coast gets, where it rains, like, once a season for an hour. I mean, we have... I think it's forecasted rain for, like, the next 6 days in a row or something like that here. And we got nothing compared to, like, Kentucky. I'm not sure if you saw them. They got hit, like, really bad. Like, 10 inches of rain in, like, one storm. I love how certain groupings seem to always have the exact same opening. Like, this grouping always strikes without warning. And then I think it's like the cat Petramore one, the catfly, and then the... I don't know how to pronounce that, Petranor something. That one always is, like, stunned. So I don't know if it's just the RNG on the encounter accidentally impacts the status of the battle as well. I'm guessing, given the era that this was, that's probably what happened. Also, you can... I'll show that, because I have been... You can actually plan who you're attacking. I've just not been, because these battles are easy enough for me to win without doing that. I've just been randomly going with plan. Okay, so that one is done. Going back here is also super convenient because he heals you without you having to spend money. Because otherwise reviving costs... I don't know the exact formula because I haven't paid that close attention. It's based on your level and it's a lot more expensive than healing. No, I didn't want to do anything with that. I just want to put him back. These two are the ones that are gonna actually breed at the end, but I need... Roxy needs to actually learn a bunch of abilities that were intrinsic, because that's where most of the final abilities are coming from. And then while I'm there... Does anyone else need anything? Oh, that's the Mimic, I think. Wait, no. Oh, no, that's probably the one I want to grab. I feel like most people would want to think it's the opposite of that. I think they're basically bribing the well to grant the wish. What moves do Roxy still need to learn? Okay. Okay, I have Blaze Air, that's the Fire Air. I have Fire Slash and Bolt Slash. I have Infernus. So I still need to learn By Attack is what I need. I do not remember the requirements to do that. I'm pretty sure it's level 19, but I don't know if there's other requirements. There are... What do I qualify for? So I'll have the HP. Definitely have the attack. I'll have the agility. Okay, by attack I just need to get to level 19 and I'll learn it. I mean, if you just tie it to a balloon though, you're basically just letting it float away. So, at least in the dark, dark abyss, you know exactly where the dream is. Like, I can go down the well and get the get the coin back. But I probably won't get it back if I tie it to a balloon. Though on the subject of, like, the nice things like that people that go completely wrong, like this conversation, the dreams destroyed. I saw a story on the news the other day where someone sent a message to a bottle, like 20 years ago, and it got found like 2 miles away from where it got released. It literally sunk to the bottom in the mud and just sat there, and barely moved. This would be significantly easier if I was able to go to the third world, but because the way I'm trying to structure this, I don't want to advance yet. So instead, I'm just kind of sticking around here. So one thing that's good though is that Pinky is really good magically. Though it doesn't really matter because I think the other two will just kill everything anyway. I honestly don't know what Roxy's growth rate is like. Hopefully it's not as terrible as some of them. Eventually, potentially, Kevin and Pinky are actually gonna mate to become a lightning bird, but that's only if it becomes apparent that I'm not learning Surge as... because I have to learn Heal Us All before I do that, which is going to take a while because the intelligence needs to be over 200 for that. This is basically the equivalent of walking along that route to hatch eggs in Gen 6. Just back and forth, find the longest straight line you can. Unfortunately, there's like, the way the map's designed, there's very few straight lines in this area. This one's just straight and next to the portal in case I have to go back to heal. Okay, 1,000, that's not great, but it works. Blazer, I guess. There is apparently some sort of elemental chart that I am not aware of in this game at all. Because supposedly there's resistances and stuff, and like you can tell it here, that thing's clearly stronger against fire than ice, but there seems to be no indication of it anywhere other than results. Okay, at least he got some intelligence out of that. I was ready to be really not happy about that level up. The level up stats I also believe are the weighted rolls, but they are random rolls. Which is not the most fun. Because I realized I had a plan. I think Gizmo, the Pinky, could actually learn the same ability that I was trying to get Phoenix to learn later. So I can technically free up and then just pass the buck later on. I really don't like how the brain-looking thing walks, though. It, like, hops off its butt. What are you doing, computer? Come back. Did it finally come back? Yes, it looks like it did. I have no clue what causes that. It just seems to happen just abruptly for no good reason. And it'll just go like 2 hours or 3 hours without ever having an issue, and then that will happen. Though today it happened earlier on, but it's around the same time, so I don't know. I had like a 5-hour stream that never happened on, so I could never figure it out. I'm sure there's probably some way to do it, but I'm not tech savvy at all, so I look at things that look obvious, and if it's not obvious, I'm not figuring it out. Gizmo need to get to? What's his... 162 intelligence. That's what I need out of him. So fairly close. Right? Yeah. 23. I'm not sure if you remember. Did you? I'm not sure if you ever got Nintendo Power. The entire reason I actually bought this game was because they had full spread pages on breeding things about it in Nintendo Power. That's the only way I got introduced to this game. Yeah, like this pairing always appears stunned. Another pairing always attacks, and I don't know if there's a real rhyme or reason to it. I always have to contain myself from humming along with the music on these. It's so simplistic that I fall victim to it. I think this is actually this one. Because they don't have a Game Boy Advance game in this series. They just have the Game Boy Color ones, which I think this is actually the exact one. They do have DS ones. The DS ones were not good, but I think Nintendo Power was done by that point. The Game Boy Advance one looked cool. I think the artwork looked really cool. And it just always... like, the key art that they actually presented looked really good. But it really was about the exact same thing. Okay, how do I turn this off again? So, no, I'm almost certain this is the game that they were showing. It looked a lot better presented in Nintendo Power. Because the Dragon Quest Monster games had a huge break between this game and the next rendition. The next edition had come out to, like, I think after Nintendo Power stopped. Because it came out for the DS, like, fairly late in the DS. But yes, it did, I think, have everything listed down. It'd have the pictures and the names and all this, and it looked really nice and cool. And that is the exact reason I ended up buying this game. Because that Nintendo Power issue. It's still an enjoyable game, so don't get me wrong, but it's definitely different than the Nintendo Power issue actually kind of portrayed it as. Like, it's a very standard-ish RPG type game. It's not really like Pokemon that much. Like, it's not dislike it, but it is definitely not to the same manner that the game, that the Nintendo Power presented it as. I wish I still had my... like, that's one of those stupid things that I threw out. Like, I think I threw out all of them, and I kind of regret it, because it's like, I have storage space all over the place that I could have just dumped them in a big container, just thrown them in the garage, and it never would have been a problem. But instead, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna ever want these again, and throw them out. Because I feel like I had Nintendo Power for quite a long time. I also think I might have done the same thing to my, a lot of the guidebooks that I had, which is also disappointing, because I think those would be kind of cool to go back and look at. Especially the Pokemon ones, to see how they wanted you to actually play. I feel like once I get that thing, Roxy, to level 19, well, assuming... Yeah, they didn't tell you about the glitches, but they also would, like, the only reason I knew that Jasmine was the 6th gym leader was because I know distinctly they listed her as such in the Pokemon game, the guidebooks. Like for Gen 2, even though you can get to her before, you interact before, I distinctly know she was listed as 6th, which is even worse because Price is weaker than Jasmine, despite being 7th. Which basically makes the no over-leveling claws and Nuzlockes, like, impossible to comply with. Because if you do them in order, you have to battle Price after Jasmine, which means you have to have really weak Pokemon beat Jasmine, which is pretty hard because Steelix is pretty broken for that point in the game. Because I remember Steelix, my heart dropped because Steelix almost KO'd Dragonair, which was like my last remaining hope of anything that resembled quality in that Nuzlocke. Like, I really enjoyed Gen 1 Nuzlocke. Gen 2 Nuzlocke was just, like, after the first 2 gyms was just suffering the whole way through. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, everything sucked. Yeah, I know, but it only used Iron Tail against me. And it got a crit on Iron Tail and almost killed Dragonite. I mean, Dragonair. And I would have just been heartbroken. Not that I wasn't basically already heartbroken a couple gyms earlier with the stupid Whitney. It wasn't even the Miltank. It wasn't even the Miltank that did me in. It was the stupid metronome calling... Honestly, probably about the same. Cause... Like, you clearly knew about the Raticate trainer in Mount Moon, and I was just going in assuming I was just going to have an easy time about it. Like, I had no clue that that trainer was going to ruin my day. So, I know general things about both, but it's not like... It's not like I played the games through multiple times, so I don't know what the trainers have. I played the games a ton, but they were completed by the time... Like, I never restarted. So I know layouts and wild Pokemon areas, but I won't know trainer teams. So it's about the same. I probably remember the Gen 1 trainers a little better than the Gen 2 ones after having done the Nuzlocks. Because the Gen 2 trainers were for the most part underleveled, so I didn't have to think about things most of the time. Mostly because Gen 2 was underleveled most of the time. With Gen 1, I actually had to strategize more. Gen 2, once I had multiple Gyarados, wild encounters really didn't mean much. I mean, random encounters didn't really mean much, until I had a stupid Electrode kill, who I thought was my last hope at victory in Beedrill, with a self-destruct. Looking back, there's no way that Beedrill was going to be helpful. But I was so convinced at the time that that was the final nail in the coffin. Like, there's no way that Beedrill would have assisted me at all with anything in Kanto in Gen 2. But at the time, I was so convinced that Beedrill was my route to beat Karen in the Elite Four. It was going to take care of Venusaur from Red's Venusaur. Like, it was going to do all this work. There's no way it would have done any of that. Like, this stupid Ghastly strategy that I used was so much better. Because that's how I inevitably beat Red Snorlax. Was I had no real counter to it. So instead I used a Ghastly where Red couldn't actually damage me, and just cursed it to death. Well, Gen 1 was Jolteon, not even close, I don't think. I think Jolteon took out... I'll look it up, because I actually recorded a lot of the stuff on it. But I'm pretty sure Jolteon took out, like, legitimately almost half of the Elite Four's Pokemon entirely, by itself. Gen 2's... probably Dragonite? Because I had two... Gen 2's team was, like, super non-balanced. Like, I had two Dragonite... I had two Gyarados, a Dragonite, Meganium, and... like a Graveler or something like that. Like... And then a Ghastly was my final Pokemon. Actually, it might be it might weirdly be Ghastly for Gen 2, for the entire reason that it helped me basically cheese Red's battle, which was my ultimate goal for the Nuzlocke. Because it took out Snorlax via Curse and Spite, and then because it was holding the Focus Band, it survived an attack and cursed his next Pokemon as well. So it honestly is probably Ghastly, just by virtue of that alone. This is bothering me now, because I don't think it's Graveler. I can't remember who my other Pokemon was. Let me go check. Pokemon Nuzlocke. Oh, it was Nidoqueen! Okay. Nidoqueen was the other Pokemon. So I had Draco the Dragonite, False Queen the Nidoqueen, Sprout the Meganium, Jupiter the Gyarados, Flower the Gyarados, and Cheese the Ghastly. And Cheese was probably my most useful Pokemon. Gen 1... yeah, it was Jolteon. It wasn't even close, it was Jolteon. Small got bred into, Ray, who then I put away. Small was just there for literally leveling it up from level 1 to level 10 so I could breed it again. That's the one thing that's, I think, kind of unique. Like, instead of, like, breeding for egg moves, in this one you're breeding for, like, entire species combinations. Because I need, Roxy to mate with Ray, who was small and something else's, child. And apparently there's, like, some super convoluted way to make them so you actually gain, like, stat growths and resistances and stuff. I'm not gonna get that far into this game. I'm just not going to do that. Because it looked terrible when I was looking at it. It looked like the exact opposite of what fun would be. Like, this, it's grindy, but at the same time, it's not all that bad. Earlier, I was listening to music and just kind of grinding away at it. But what I saw them having to do to get the resistances all maxed out and, like, these super monsters, it looked awful. I'm gonna be so bothered if Roxy doesn't learn the right ability at level 19. Because then I'll have to try to figure out what was going on, because I didn't write down all the details for it. I also, while I was researching things earlier to figure out how to do the breeding, I found out that I never actually fully beat this game. I beat this. I got to the conclusion of the main story, but apparently there's 2 other worlds that I just never visited because I thought I was done. Or at least, the one I might have visited. But the one I definitely did not. I love how they just attack Kevin all the time. You realize Kevin's the one that can heal itself, right? I spent probably 2 hours trying to recruit one of these earlier today. And I ended up failing. I ended up going a different route because I just got so frustrated. Because these have such a low recruitment rate as is. And once you've already done one, and I needed like 4 of them, it gets harder and harder. And I kept only getting females join me. Like, the males apparently were done with me. I just gave up. It's the entire reason that the Drac Slime that's sitting as an egg isn't being used right now is because I changed routes on it. I have another use for the Drac Slime because it's a pretty common one in early recipes. But I'm not using it now. Like, I'm pretty sure the brain thing that I have is had a Drac Slime as one of its parents. Okay. I'm really hopeful once I do the 3 breeding projects that I have going on with these, Actually, well, the one's basically finished. That I don't ever have to breed again in this playthrough. Because I'm probably not gonna bother with the bonus worlds. Because for the same reason that I didn't do them when I was little, unlocking them is tedious. There's a chance I could do the elf world or whatever it's called. The journey world is not happening. Like, it'll take a mini miracle for the journey world to happen. Call help was not the skill I wanted. But it's not the worst skill to have. So I want this, I want this, I want this. Crap. Did I want stop spell? I think I did. No, I do not want stop spell. So if I have Firebolt, Vacu, and Ice... One, two, three... So I either can pick Heal More... Okay, yeah. Do not want stop spell. I realize Kevin's actually probably really close to learning the one ability. Is that a good thing or not, though? Kevin, oddly, I might actually... Well, no. I don't want to do that. Probably just won't have Kevin learn the one ability, and just have the other one. Since I figure it'd be really stupid to have a Phoenix that can't use any fire attacks. Just seems weird to me. Okay, I'm getting bored of this area though. I will go somewhere else. These battles though are completely not worth it. Ones on C aren't that bad. But I think these are better. Should have given this the rib, just to try to get another one. Probably traded less efficient for more items. Maybe not. That's not bad. I actually didn't stay down here that long, so I wonder if there's any monsters that I could have used. Because I don't think I ever came back here looking for them. That's perfect, because I think this is actually worse. Oh, I think Spike Boy actually is something that I should have been looking for earlier. So I think that's a devil. Oh no, it's a material, never mind. He wouldn't have mattered. I mean, it's still useful to know it's there, but it's not a needed thing. Yay, losing a bunch of health to get an ebb. Okay. How close are you to leveling up? Not super, but... Okay. Definitely using the exit bell here. Yeah, this is not as effective as the other area. Oh, that's actually... I'm gonna try that. What's Roxy's defense? Defense is really high for... Okay, I'm gonna try that. I'm just gonna only have Roxy out and, like, hyper warp this. One thing I really do wish it would be a great slice of life advantage is if you could change what monsters you were carrying in the same spot you could breed them. But alas, you have to walk all the way to the other side of the island. Oh crap. I was trying to save because I was thinking of it. This is also funny. Probably at least half of that time, the 14 hours, or the 15 hours, is literally it paused in me trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot better than leveling up when you're getting 500 a time. Or more. Yep. Have a good one. I might be on, depending on when you're on. I'm not going to be playing this much longer. Once Roxy hits level 19, I was going to end this, because I was going to do the final breeding pair. I might be on... I'll probably be on, because I'm not that tired right now, but see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Man, I should have been doing this the whole time. This is really tricky though, because I really do want to have Metal Cut. Call Help is probably the one that's going to be cut here. As it's just unreliable. Okay, so that actually just proves that they're always stunned. They definitely were not there. Okay, 8:30, so just it's probably 2 more battles. do it, I think. Okay, yes. Oh, I forgot about Radiant. Aw, that sucks that I have to go to Radiant. You're Radiant, I can't justify. Oh, okay. This took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to, because I was originally just planning on getting to this stage, and then this is where I'd end it. I had the little hiccup with not knowing who to actually go with. So Kevin definitely... Pinky, probably. Yeah, I think Pinky. Oh, wait. So what was I gonna name this? Great Jack? I think I need to do it this. I think it's like this. Yes. I don't think gender would mean anything, but would anything justify a name one way or another? Great Drac. There's only 5. No, I want it to be male. I think. This literally has no impact on anything. I had an idea of name, and I wanted to be male because of that. Just like I wanted, the Phoenix to be male because I wanted to name it Kevin. Yep. Smog, or whatever his name. Literally looks like Dragonite from the back. I'm gonna get it a couple levels going, I guess. Just so I can kind of jump straight into tomorrow. Or... probably tomorrow. Literally at level 1 does comparable damage to Pinky. Okay, his int might be terrible. I'm just looking at it. I mean, it is whatever it is. How far off is Gizm? Is he on? He is 9 away. Probably 2 levels. If I can get him to level 10, I'll probably call it a night. His attack's definitely going to be high. That's for sure. That's kind of the reason I was going the bolt route, the slash route on him. Because I'm hoping once he's level 10, he'll be able to actually just combat most things it encounters, like in the third area, because he's going to be almost as strong as Kevin. Okay, yeah, that's ridiculous. I did not realize he had 140 HP already. Anyway, I kind of feel sorry for the enemies that I face in Land 3. Because, yeah, that looks pretty brutal. But anyway, do you think that's gonna be it? This lasted a little longer than I thought it was going to, but it was still actually more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of just a demo, and errors happened, and then I ended up getting more things done than I thought I was going to, and I'm going to save like 6 times, because I never remember if I save. But yeah, if anyone's still around, have a good rest of your night, or rest of your day, depending on where you are, and see you next time. Have a good one.